Hey guys, Etienne Kubwabo here. I am about to head on the road going to Galashiels to show a movie. It's going to be showing at MacArts. It's raining there. Scottish weather, unexpected. So I'm going to get my heavy jackets on. All packed, good to go. I've made sure that the film files are in a safe place. I shall show you in the next video. Yeah, it's exciting, and I can't wait to meet a new audience. We're making this movie and showing it to people slowly by slowly, and the audience is growing. The feedback has been great. Almost beat my tongue there. And yeah, we're excited to go to the Scottish borders. We've got a local actor, somebody who grew up in that area, who plays one of the baddies in the movie. So it's always good to take it back to where you're from. So it's going to be a lot of people showing up for him and the rest of the cast and crew. It's going to be a Q&A. And yeah, follow this journey. All covered. It's my camera bag that I put all my drives, laptop, things that I may need for the screening. Since it's pouring rain, I'm going to make sure that everything is nicely protected. It's covered in the back. I think I'm all good to go. Welcome to my journey.
Doors closing.
Taking my film to the world, baby. Mile Away Films, The Difference Between Us. We're just getting started. Let me come down because probably that camera is looking at me.
Ground floor.
Like, who's that weirdo? So on the road to Galashiels, so I stopped for a coffee. Wild, I don't know if you see that. It's a wild bean cafe halfway between Edinburgh and Glasgow. And every time I'm on the trip, I always get myself a coffee, Americano with Kit Kat. Can never go wrong with a Kit Kat. So let me hit the road and I will see you guys in Galashiels. In town, Scottish borders. Yes, I think we're here. We're about 3 minutes away from the venue. Gonna drive to the venue. I need everybody to see it. It says keep it 20 here. It's too slow, but hey, it's a new neighborhood. I gotta follow the rules. You know. Gonna turn left and right. So I'm gonna be in this lane. So cool, I'll be back here at the weekend. Here on Ridge Street. Keep going straight. It's another town. And it's pouring rain. I think we are here on the left. Where should we park? Too early. Maybe Alright, our film poster is right there outside. It's been there for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. We've arrived at MacArts, Galashiels, and we're gonna show the movie. I'm gonna go inside, check how everything is, see if I can find parking somewhere safe. And yeah, I'll show you more around the venue when it comes to it. Hey guys, we are at the venue, MacArts, where the film is gonna show. Look how big this, the screen is. We got people sitting here. Oh, guests, and then you could buy some drinks and everything here. We project the movie on that side. Nice projector. Let's have this full on.
So there's a mute on the projector, so to mute a picture,
Yeah.
if we did have something that's needed to be hidden for a few minutes.
I'm gonna do some copy thing there, and then I will just have the first image of the film so that we get to go sort of like this. Oh, nice. So, we're in Scottish borders. MacArts.
Only 2 stops and I was here.
We're showing the movie here.
First time moving to the city.
I'll show you.
Unfortunately, it's my brother Michael.
Our take, projecting the movie, is showing over there. This is the people where they're gonna sit. You can buy a drink there, and guess what? They give us a place where we could sell our merch. So I've got some posters that some actors can come and sign and to give something for people to take back home. I think it'll be really cool. Anyway, I'm pretty excited about this journey, sharing the film independently to the world. It's all about the audiences. People have bought tickets here. I'm thankful to MacArts for giving us the space to show the movie. It's a pretty cool venue. The acoustics are amazing. Everything's tested and good to go. Yeah, it's a dream come true for me, for the team, for the company, and for all the future filmmakers that are wanting to do movies. You can still show your movies all around your country, share them with the world. It doesn't matter how small it is, you can share it. So I'm in Galashiels trying to go find something to eat before the movie shows. It's bloody pouring rain. Can't wait to show the movie to the crowd. Few tickets bought, which is great. Oh, look at the water. It's creating a good flare. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll see you guys soon. So right, when you come to Galashiels, MacArts, you see their sign on the ground. It's the entrance, and our film poster is over that side. So I'll show you. This is a dream come true, being able to share the film with people around the world. Let me know which city you're in. If there's a community cinema that could help us show the movie, we're very excited. I'm at the Scottish borders, This is Craig's town. Craig is one of the characters in the movie. So it's bloody raining, in Scotland. I mean, I gotta be ready. I've got my kicks on as well. Some Coca-Cola for some energy. Don't take these much often, but they do help me when my energy sugar level is down. But anyway, come see the movie. We're super grateful for the support for anybody who bought the ticket. And see you in the next town. Boys, more of us there. I'm gonna go in, heat up, dry my jacket up, be ready for people to show up. It's gonna be wild. Let's do it. Hashtag the difference between us. My name is Etienne Kubwabo. I'm a film director and writer on the film, and Craig is...
Most of you don't know already, I'm Craig. And in the film, I also co-wrote as well.
Yeah. We're so excited to have you guys tonight. Thanks for making the time to come and watch the film. We've been working on this for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
It's been ups and downs, but we're finally glad that we're sharing the film with a lot of audiences. And hope you have a good time. We'll have a 10-minute Q&A after.
where if you want to ask a question to the cast and crew will be here. Top cast. You can do so. It'll be 10 minutes and no more than that, because I know you guys have minutes through the week. So feel free to stick around. And I don't know if Craig, you want to add in something?
Just thanks for coming. This is great. It's the only time filming your faces here. So yeah, thanks very much for being here.
You feel some sort of connection to the story as well. And I felt for my debut film, I wanted to do something as possible as that. And I can say doing this is fleeing for me.
And Junior, you kind of played that main character.
Yes.
Was there any added pressure acting someone's real life story, or did you ever relate to the character at all?
No pressure, it's just...
No pressure, easy no.
The first feature film, and it's this man's life, and it's put it all in your hands. So. No, do you know what? It was the cool thing about this film. A lot of it was relatable, so I was able to actually apply my past experiences into the performance and bring that out authentically, which I think hopefully came across, because it's one of those films that a lot of conversations need to be had with different perspectives of some difficult scenarios. And so yeah, there was a lot of pressure there, but I have a fantastic cast to work with, so it made the job was moving. So yeah, cast and crew are amazing, so it was a team effort.
And then moving on to the two siblings. So to anyone who has siblings, you guys know it's such a unique bond, right? One day you hate them, and the next day you're like, oh my god, I can't live without them. And I feel like you guys really got that bond when watching it. It didn't feel like you were acting. It, like, to me, you guys are actual siblings. You know, you
they really
fight,
are.
but
it's
you
bizarre.
also protect each other. So
it's bizarre.
what was it like, that bond? How did you create that? What was the process?
It was quite quick because Paul talks a lot. Actually, the first night of meeting Paul, we were filming the scene. We were in the car together, and the police come to see us. That was the first thing we filmed, and it's just a lot of Paul talking to me and being like, "Okay, this is what this guy is about. Cool."
This is Alex's polite way of saying I don't shut up. But yeah, no, we hit it off and worked well together in the scenes, and it's become more apparent so after the film, the fact as well, because we recently took the film to Sweden, and whilst there we couldn't stop really bickering, could we? And everyone was commenting like, you really are brother and sister now. So it's I think it's maybe just one of those natural chemistry things that's shining through in the performance.
And then the villain, as some of you guys may know. Yeah.
Explain yourself, Craig. Explain yourself.
So I think the first question we all want to ask is, how did you do that? You're a nice guy.
Yeah, I hope so.
What was the process like for you?
I mean, yeah, it's always fun to play the villain. It's always fun to play the bad guy. And sometimes I just get cast as it all the time. I really do. I don't know what it is about me, but yeah, I don't know what it is. But yeah, it's always the same. I like to be a nice guy in the next one, hopefully. But yeah, no, it's for me. It was kind of when I was on set. You know, I worked on the film, obviously behind the scenes as well. So when I was on set and actually had to act, I kind of had to try my best to kind of stay away from the rest of the cast, just so they, you know, I wouldn't be like, hi, how you doing? You alright today? I wanted to kind of scare them a bit more, so I needed to kind of keep myself away from them on those days. And yeah, it's just really about just completely shutting yourself down from all kind of like empathy and emotions and all that sort of thing, and just completely just. And actually, I don't think I've actually said this to any of you. My secret wasn't this film is that I just found you all highly amusing. that was my little thing in my head. I just thought you're all adorable.
That comes naturally to the two of us.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Well, that's all from me. Does anyone else have any questions for our cast? Yeah, go ahead.
Was there any real thought process behind the main instigation being cocaine? Would there be any other drug that you would have chosen, or was it purely just because cocaine is such a right problem in most of the cities in Scotland right now?
I think it's the one thing that will cost a lot of money, that will get you in a lot of trouble, is the stamp killed. I feel like
just from the research, if you've stolen something like weed or something, a drug that's not as expensive, you can easily get away from it if you know. Not like I'm a drug dealer, but you know. But yeah, that's kind of like the one that is super expensive, and I felt like having Michael go through that breakdown and sort of, you know, be able to use that gives the audience that fear that he could overdose. But if we use like weed, that would not, you know, have that impact. At that point, if you were watching, you're like, is he gonna die? Is he gonna stay alive? Is he gonna die? You know, you kind of like feeling sorry for him because also he has a past he's trying to deal with, and you wanna be on his side. But if you're scared that he's gonna die, it's something that I kind of wanted to put in there so that the audience can have these thoughts as the film is going on, and then he survives, and then we're all happy. So it's just that those little details I wanted to add in, so he gives that fear to the audience of what would happen to him.
To peer a little bit behind the curtain, I did actually snort that stuff during that scene.
It wasn't cocaine.
It wasn't cocaine. It wasn't that method. Somewhat method, not that. I believe it was it vitamin D?
Yeah, it's vitamin D.
Which still gives you a bit of a whoa. I'm awake now, but.
And that scene was shot in one take. We prepped for it. It was an intense day before he could do that. And I think when I was preparing to get some props, before I found out that you can use vitamin, that vitamin, had gone to Lidl and bought, you know, baking flour. One of my producers like, Etienne, you can't give people snowing flour. So I didn't know. It just things that planning as I go as a filmmaker, you have these ideas of what you want to do, but having a team like this and other people to work with will give you some safe ideas to work with, and hopefully the message is portrayed the right way through the picture. But yeah.
So Hans, I believe you're going to start taking your vitamins a little bit differently. That's me. Is there any questions at all for? No? Oh,
you might have just answered this question, but what was the hardest scene to film?
That's a good question.
Well, yes, that scene with the breakdown for me certainly, because we had to, the cameras had to prepare, you know, our cameraman Lewis, our cinematographer, had to prepare for about over an hour, just to get that shot ready, because it was following me the whole time. You have to have an idea of what I'm going to do, which is difficult because I've been told we need to hit this spot, and that spot in the script, but also you can improvise. So I might just do something crazy, like throw something, maybe at you, who knows? And then I had to take the cocaine. And so I basically just got myself into the headspace for that scene for about an hour, and then they said, I'm ready. And Etienne said, go, and I started running on the spot, and then I just ran into the room, and that is what basically happened. There was also another scene where I had to prepare with the baseball bat, and it was a bit difficult because they said, you can hit this, and this, but this is actually someone's flat, so don't hit that, this, or this. It was like, okay, so we prepared rigorously, we just hitting the things I was going to just softly, and then called action, and then I just went, didn't really break that speaker though, did I?
Yeah, you did not. The scene where you broke down with cocaine was the toughest to plan for me, because other scenes I can block them easy and know where the camera is going to be. But that scene specifically, I thought that the camera needed to be shaky so that I can take the audience to be in what he's feeling in that moment. Let it just move around and just stay on him. So many things can go down. You can either lose all the props, or you break something and you don't have something for continuity. So it was pretty scary for me of what was going to happen. Or he could snort so much vitamin and you have to go there. So I was super scared saying action. I'm just saying a little prayer. I'm like, hopefully this guy knows nothing. You know, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But when we say cards and we had it, we didn't do another take. I was super grateful about the effort everyone put into it. So yeah, that was it. Tough.
anyone? Yeah, go ahead.
Pretty much all the males in it were kind of mean and horrible. Was that intentional, or was that just why did you have it like that?
like specifically.
Yeah, like.
Are you referring to me?
The dad was okay, but the rest was like, you know, even yourself, you weren't.
We've all
What
repeated
the-
that 10
You
Scottish.
were lovely, yeah, but the rest were all.
I think the best way to explain that, I kinda with this film, I wanted to show my story like that kid who is in that dark room, right? And you got different dark sides of myself that I'm trying to deal with. So all these characters represent reflections of myself, and places that I'm scared to tap into, or things I'm scared to touch, or thinking of what could happen to me. So intentionally in real life, I didn't want to portray people in that sense. It was more about my conscious, me as a person, and things I'm scared of in this world, in this mind of this character. Kind of like that's how deep I saw it when I was coming up with it. And when you go to Michael's and Laura's character, their characters are really cared about, because sometimes you meet people in life who are going through some things, and generally they're nice people. You just need to understand them, and if you connect at that high level, you all come up to the other side as better people. So I kind of wanted to have that balance, because obviously I've made some friends that I've struggled to connect with, but at some point in life we've worked things out. So I just had those sides of me, those dark sides of me that I want to tap in and just kind of lay everything out into characters. And working with Craig, it's like he read the first draft and he understands where you're taking the story, and we really worked really nice to draft it to get to where we wanted to film. So yeah, there was no intention to make everybody feel bad. And it was just but there was a good police officer as well. Yeah, because not all police are bad. Because I remember I got a courtesy car from Arnold Clark because my car was being serviced, and I got stopped by the police 10 times within 1 week. 5 times same police. And we're like, sir, is this your car? Do you own this car? It was like a new Mercedes, so obviously they're being suspicious. This black guy driving this car, he must be a drug dealer. And I kind of noticed that some police officers are made, they're nice people. So you get generally good people and bad people. It's just the way the world is, and just trying to show both sides. And you want to sort of focus on bad police officer. And the guy who plays the bad police officer is my best friend. Stephen Carla is like, he read the script, he's like, Etienne, I took you to Italia. How can you be this long? I'm like, this is just me bringing this. I'm not the kind of person who go on Twitter or Facebook and talk about something I'm feeling. I'm like, how can I put it in art? And hopefully people can, sort of translate that from their perspective and hopefully get transformed from that. So, yeah.
And in terms of the characters, like on the 4 of our characters, you notice if you look closely, they're all a byproduct of their environment, their past experiences. There's reasons why they are why they are. In Michael's case and Rory's case, one of the other characters, there's reasons for that, and it's not to say that they all stay the same. It's people do evolve, people do change what it takes. I suppose that conflict for some realization to sort of kick in. So there's a bit of that as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
You cover a huge range of negatives in the film, but also 2 very strong positives of familial love and redemption. And it's the latter. Is this a film of redemption for you?
Yes, it's a film for redemption, but also to free myself. I feel like my stepmom came to watch it, and backstage she was like breaking down. I've never seen her cry. Like, from our culture, African cultures, parents don't really talk to you about emotional stuff. They'll be like, take you to school, give you all the nice things you want, but they won't really have that conversation. And then I feel like when she watched that movie, and I also put that into this picture, it's freeing for me. Now I feel like I can go and do an action movie if I want to, or sci-fi, or horror, whatever I want to do. But I feel like this part of my life is, I'm free now. I've been redeemed. I feel like I can move on to the next stage of life. Yeah.
It was also in the film itself, what we found most interesting was actually how big Michael's character became. that we didn't actually realise when we were actually shooting it, is when we actually sat in the edit. I think we actually lose said Michael's like the main character now. It just for some reason it became really a big part of the story, that it was his redemption arc almost. That at the start of the film he says all the right things, but he actually, as you gradually reel through the thing, he isn't great as a person. But there's reasons for that, as Etienne said, and it is really just about him finally stepping up and doing right by his sister and doing right by his friend eventually as well, and taking the blame and going off to prison potentially. Don't know what's going to happen to him obviously afterwards, but he does the right thing in the end. Which is good for you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I don't have to me. I'm not going to be redeemable in the film, so never mind.
And don't be fooled by the nice soft exterior. He might have been a vicious criminal on screen, but on set, Craig was also our script supervisor, which is his job to make sure everyone's following the script, continuity, keeping to lines. And when Craig approached you with that binder, that ring binder of his, clicking his pen against it, shaking his head, sweat started pouring down all over. That was the real villain.
Yeah.
Is there any more questions at all? Okay, then I would like to ask my final question is, what is it you hope that the audience took from this film?
I hope that they can watch the movie, get their own perspective from that, what it was in the real world, and hopefully they are transformed. Because there's one thing picking a movie to go and watch in the cinema, but what do you get from that? How do you put yourself in someone else's shoes, people who are going through these things every day, and sort of watch what they go through, and hopefully you can have your own perspective from it and be transformed to understand what other people go through, and hopefully make you a better human. Obviously, it's always about how people feel from the movie. You can't force people to feel a certain way, and hopefully we've done that job of making you feel a certain way and you feel transformed after this.
Yes, it's about the impact you have. We do these projects because, as you said before, we want to tell real stories, but we also want to leave an impact on people's lives. If we can take something away from that, a message, and apply it to their lives, then that's something. To me, that's a win. So.
Yeah, I'd say for me, it does all come down to connection between the people around about you. We were all like a big family on set and still kind of feel like it, which is really nice. And it's just so amazing to have these connections on screen that can then transform outside for the actors and the crew, but also hopefully for the audience as well. And just when you listen to Etienne talk, it's always very inspiring. So hopefully that makes you feel all positive when you leave after the Q&A today as well.
And certainly for me, I took away that certainly playing the character of Michael, he's a complicated guy. He's not necessarily a bad guy. He just made a lot of bad choices, but they didn't define him in the end. He may have had a lot of bad, there may have been a lot of differences, but I think the similarities outweighed them in the end. And I think that's what, in the end, makes him at least someone that wants to do the right thing. And that's hopefully something that people can relate to as well, I hope.
And yes, but for me, just thank you all for coming and supporting the Scottish film industry, which is the main thing that we're doing. This is a micro budget. If you think about films you could go and see in the cinema screen, this is like 1% of the budget that we had on this to make that. So, that's what I kind of want people to take away from this: is we managed to make that off of barely anything in comparison to all these things. So, keep an eye out for the future and see what we do next. Hopefully, bigger and better each time.
My whole life, I felt different. I thought that if I came here, I wouldn't stand out as much. Apparently, I still do.
You don't have to hide. Just be you. Michael, meet our new roommate.
No handshakes here, mate.
Okay.
You read newspapers?
Yes?
Man, what century are you from?
What has happened to you?
I'm so sorry.